I'm just going to show you guys how I do some of the elements of this drawing here. One of the things I put in here is this leaf here. I kind of just made it up, really. I guess you can call it a fern. But I gave it this arch here. Kind of like almost like a Tim Burton sort of style. And so that's how I have this arch here of this particular leaf plant here. Is you can call it the backbone, I guess, the spine of it. And then if you want, you can have it come out like this, like almost like I guess a pregnant lady in a sense. And then I go like this, and I come back in again. And I come around like this, actually, there to a point. So you can have it narrow like this and a little bit wide again if you want. And you kind of just refine it like this. It's good to do this in pencil first, obviously. So that way, if you do it in ink to start, then ink is a lot more unforgiving. To do everything in ink to start. Here, just refine my shape here. There, I think I like that there. And then I'll establish my direction of my leaves that come out. So I'm going to go like this. So you can see I'm kind of arching like this. Then I go up. I'm kind of pointing at this direction here, right? And I'm sort of pointing off like that. And then sort of straight. I'm going in this direction here, right? And I come around again. And I start to change my direction again. So at this point towards the top, I'm going like this in this direction here. So now I got my shape established, and then I can sort of bring out my thickness of my spine here. So I'm going to go like this here. Something like that. And if you want, you can draw your base. But for this, I'm not going to show where it meets the ground. Like that, okay. You can use any pencil you want. Doesn't matter, just be a regular pencil. I just happen to be using a technical, mechanical. And also for your ink pens, you can use any ink pen you want. I just happen to be using a rOtring. You can use a fine tip if you want, or anything you want. So now I'm gonna start to build up show my shape here, and I'll go very light. You can even go like this if you want, if you're more comfortable. Don't be too worried about being perfect. And then when you come up to here, as you're drawing, right? I happen to be left-handed, but the same thing is going to apply to right-handed people. But you're going to find as you get to here, you're going to want to, your hand is going to want to go like this. So you can even maybe stop at this point and then start over here at the end, and then come back around like this. And take your time with this part here, because your hand will want to do its own thing. And then connect it together. And don't worry about it being 100% at this point. You can see I was a little bit off, but don't worry about that. It's not important. Now here. And this is where you just go like very light, almost like a dash. You'll understand why in a second. So there's your shape is all established now. Now here I'm going to divide this into its individual sections. So just be kind of like loosey, very loose, and just go back like this, up. I'm just going to just be very, very random with it. You don't have to follow these lines exactly. So now go back along your spine here and just sort of connect them. And just be very rough, but you know, try to remember this. And these parts where you come out like this, just line it up with there. Now we got our shape completely established, we can start to draw it in our leaf veins like this. Add a few more in here as well. Your confidence will build up at this point here because you've already established your shape, so you're not too worried about it too much. But just be very, very loose. Don't put much thought into this part. Just do what feels natural. So this whole area here, I like to fill it in. So it's actually better to use I was using a 0.35 for this. So if you have a 0.5 or even a 0.7 or if you happen to have one of these like a ink brush, that's good too. You can do that. But I think for this, because a lot of people don't have a ink brush like this, I'm just going to use a 0.5, just simply because I have it. If you have a 0.7, that's great. Just, it's good to have different pen sizes because you save on ink. So you're not just using your 0.3 for everything. And it's a lot more efficient to use a thicker ink if you're just filling in areas like this. And just be very, very, you see how I'm going? And you don't have, it doesn't have to be solid, you see I left a lot of gaps. And then fill in these areas here too. Just trying not to get my hand in the camera here. That's done. I have my other pens that I use. This is a Staedtler 0.3. It's actually, sorry, a Staedtler 0.3 here. It's kind of faded out. I keep my faded ones, pens for shading. And then I have a Micron PN. PN is it's not exactly a felt tip. It's kind of like a, it sounds like a ballpoint, but there's no ball. It's a felt tip, ballpoint, hybrid type thing. But I keep them as they start to fade away and they start to lose ink. I use them for shading. And so I'm going to do that here now. I'm going to start to shade it in here. Doing it in sections. So I'll consider this a section and this a section here type of thing, right? And you can do cross-hatching as well. If you feel more comfortable doing cross-hatching, that's fine. But this is how I like to do it. So this is how I do it with all my drawings. Sometimes I'll do hatching, but usually not. And go back and just keep it all uniform, right? Type thing, like that. well. Now this one's a lot more faded, so I can, and it has a different point on, so I can go and soften up everything here. Just go around my edges here, just solidify my edges like that. There. And if you want, you can go in and fill in these as well. That's up to you. There, make these a little longer like that. There. And on mine, I did a few little stippling, just to add a little texture, like that. You don't have to do this; it's up to you, and it's up to you how much stippling you put in. You could even use stippling for all your shading if you wanted to, if you have the patience. But I find that just doing this little simple thing, it adds to it, gives it a level of detail. And just remember, keep inside your areas here. That's it. Thank you. I hope you got something out of it. Leave a comment, subscribe, like, or don't like, share, whatever you want to do. And this will be, as you can see, I have my time lapse with it as well, and I'll be doing this on a regular basis now, explaining my process for my drawings, and I hope you got something out of it. Thank you.